Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys a brand new 2019 album review. And today we're going to be looking into the new album from the band Death Angel entitled Humanicide, or however you say it, which was released today through Nuclear Blast Records. Now, for everybody should probably have at least heard of Death Angel. They're part of the like old school 80s thrash metal scene in like the 80s, and so probably around with the Bay Area bands, and they're sort of like with under those bands with like bands like sort of like Exodus and Testament and stuff, bands like that. And I honestly think Death Angel, in my opinion, are one of the most underrated thrash bands of all time. I pretty much enjoy everything they've done, and even like some of their older stuff like Act 3 and things like that. And this new album, of course, is the follow-up to their previous album, The Evil Divide, which came out in 2016, which I thought was a pretty good album. But in my honest opinion, does this album live up or exceed what The Evil Divide? I think it does. In my honest opinion, I think it does. I think this album is a lot heavier than The Evil Divide. I mean, I'm not shitting on that album. I mean, I pretty much enjoy everything that these guys have done. And this is actually the third or fourth album with still the same lineup for pretty much. They have the same lineup for about the last 10 years or so. One thing to know about is just the production is just great. Let's just talk about the guitar wise. I mean, Ted Aguilar's riffing is just come up. He writes some of the best riffs, and the lead guitar player Rob Kevestani, like his just soloing, I think is one of the most versatile thrash metal lead guitarists of all time. Vocally, Marco Sot, they said I can't ever pronounce his name. Like he just sounds just more aggressive and just pissed off on this album, and he just has like that insane. Just the voice that he has is just insane. Bass wise, at least Damian Sisson's bass is pretty audible. Like he's a pretty solid bassist. And drumming wise, Will Carroll's drumming is just amazing. Like he definitely is up there with like previous drummers, like even Chris Kontos, or Andy Galeon. And like I don't even know how he does it. He's just damn has a pretty those big shoes to fill, and he just does it really well. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now, starting things off is of course the title track of the album called Humanicide, which the opening just screams like I am a metal anthem. It's like stadium-sized riffs which are guaranteed to note fists falling in the air, and this tune quickly accelerates, setting the tone for much of the album, with electric imagery glowing within the songs that project the fierce power of metal. Death Angel are top of their game on this album, and you could definitely feel it. Divine Factor is that pretty much makes you like want to scream my head off with Marco Sada, and I'm pretty sure like especially if I'm like driving in a car or assuming my head off, and I think some people will look at me saying, man, that dude's having a rough day, and just veins bulging and spit flying. I feel like the indigent rage that Mark channels in the song. His voice is just razor sharp and mating strength and viciousness, where other veterans in the metal arena are losing their edge with that time. I feel like Mark just sounds better than ever on this song. Aggressor, which I think the title itself just a very aggressive song. Like all these songs are pretty much just heavier and aggressive. I Came for Blood, which might be the most fun on the entire album for being just a stripped down, straightforward, and harkening back to sort of like the punk roots of sort of like the thrash, because a lot of like thrash bands were inspired like a lot of the punk bands like Ramones and stuff like that. Immortal Behated, which is a very mid-paced song, features some plaintive guitars, bookends for the heavy fist pumping riffs within, and the end offers sort of like a frenetic guitar solo that wanders off into like a somber piano and acoustic guitar. Alive and Screaming, another great song. I like it. And The Pack, which is heavy metal, is known for like the loyalty of its fans, and this is especially true for fans of Death Angel, and I feel like this is like a song that pretty much talks mainly for the fans, and the fan club is rabid for all things Death Angel, and the band has paid tribute to them with this song called The Pack. And the tribal beat and pummeling chanting chorus forecast series of fans like with face glowing from house lights to mouth stretched wide open in a screams of approval. Ghost of Me, another good song. Revelation song, which carries a lot of like a throwback classical metal feel, almost feeling like something from like old back catalog of fucking Manowar and even Judas Priest, which is helpful, a lot of fun, but doesn't quite feel like Death Angel in my opinion. And then we go into Of Rats and Men, which is technically would be the last song on the album, and I'll talk about that in a second, which is encapsulating everything that the band has achieved, and the overwhelming sense of this collection of songs that is a renewal and a level of varied musicianship that highlights how good this band could have and has and been throughout all the years. If anything, it's refreshing to see the band back out amongst the metal festival circuit with this latest offering in what has been, more than anything else, a redemptive arc after the stories that have come before. And I feel like Humanicide doesn't end here, and I feel like it's more of a fresh beginning. Now, of course, this one version has a bonus track, which is called "The Day I Walked Away," which, I mean, the echo guitar and spoken lyrics give this song sort of like a futuristic Blade Runner feel. You could definitely feel the consuming toxic rain wash away the person you used to be, exposing the space of tomorrow's self. And this is an exquisite song in a marvelous way just to wrap up the album. Now flip that bad boy over and get another spin. Now, overall, Humanicide by Death Angel is a really great album. Definitely like it a lot better than The Evil Divide. So I have to give this album a score. I'm going to give this a solid 9 out of 10. It's pretty much up there. It could be probably in my top 5 albums of the year so far. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. And also, I will also going to be at a show tonight at the Roxy in Atlanta. I'm going to see Mastodon, Every Time I Die. So if anybody's going to that show tonight, I will be there. But I'm probably just going to leave after Coheed and Cambria, before Coheed and Cambria goes on, but unless somebody convinces me to stay, which probably won't happen. I mean, they haven't really interested me, but anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you all in the next video, and as always, keep it metal.